But in other news, a tremendous bounce back on the local market today following Friday's slump. The all-share up by about 1,000 points. Banking shares staged a remarkable recovery, around 6% higher for most banks. Miners also leading the gains. Preston Narainsamy is the portfolio manager at Nedbank. He joins me now. Preston, thanks very much for your time. It looks like the fears of the Omicron variant have subsided, but that's only with the markets. We know the fears are still permeating across the globe, but it looks like investors did ease up a bit, and we've got a good showing on the local market. Is that the story of the day?
Yeah, that is the story of the day, Devon. So there seems to be quite a bit of a calm today after quite a tumultuous Thursday and Friday last week, not just globally, but particularly here in South Africa, given some of the media, commentary around the SA variant and us being included on some of the red lists. So it's nice to see a nice pickup on the market today, Devon. Liquidity is still a little bit thin, but we saw some big moves. Our financial sector finishing up around 3.5%, resources having a good day, SA listed property re-rating quite nicely. So across the board, Devon, some big moves. And, Devon, particularly on the leisure side, we saw some of our leisure stocks last week, the likes of City Lodge, Sogo Sun International, all came under massive pressure Thursday, Friday. So today we saw quite big moves in those shares as well on the back of some of these concerns being eased.
But I want to talk about that because, clearly, fundamentally, we still have a problem with international tourists not entering the country. I'm just wondering, why would a stock like City Lodge just bounce up by 10% on the day?
Yeah, so, in City Lodge's case, Devon, if you look at their numbers, 6 months back, they were sitting with around 16% occupancy levels. That number's actually picked up to around 41%. So their break-even levels, in the mid-30s. So they're actually in profit, profit territory at these levels. And a counter like City Lodge, they're not all that reliant on international travel. It's just local business travel, So, I'd make that comment on City Lodge. On Sogo Sun, hotels as an example, they're going to probably still benefit from some pent-up demand on the leisure travel side. And I guess, Devon, the big thing, across all of these companies, for now, it seems as if, those risks around, further rights issues and breaching of debt covenants, that's all off the table for now. And it seems as if as we, gradually see, updates every few months, it's almost as if, it's surprising the market a little bit on the upside. They're not totally out of the woods, but certainly moving in the right direction, Devon.
All right, so just a couple of seconds left, but I want to get your take on Impala Platinum. It's up 6% today on the back of that 43 billion rand buyout offer of Royal Bafokeng. Of course, the mix with Northern Platinum is also in there. Just very quickly, because of time, how do you see this deal?
Devon, we might be pressed for time, but it's a very complicated deal. So initially, Impala, they're always been eyeing, this RB Platts asset. It fits very nicely with their mines in Rustenburg, and there's some nice synergies there that will help prolong their mines in particular. But, we saw Northern come a couple of weeks back and essentially swipe that deal away from them. So now you're sitting with a case where you've got Northern Platinum, which owns around 33% of the business. And now you've got Impala in there, looking currently with around 24.5%, looking to buy the rest of the remaining shares. And, there's a lot of, risks around how this process gets managed. Does Impala look to buy Northern out? What price do they pay to buy them out? Is there going to be a joint venture structure around this? It's quite complex, Devon, and there's a lot of nuances around it, especially in terms of, take-up agreements and from a shareholder perspective, do they pay the same price if they're going to buy up Northern as, they're buying minority shareholders? So a lot of complexities on this one, Devon. I think we just got to wait to see and, wait for a little bit more detail around this at this point in time.
Yeah, fair enough. It is a big deal. Well, Preston Narainsamy, portfolio manager at Nedbank, thanks very much indeed for your time.